Okay, so this is part 2, and like I was saying, the stock, this is regular tank threads. You could put any tank on there as long as it's high pressure. It should be fine. I put on my Crossfire 68 4500 on here, and everything worked fine. You could probably just, if you don't want to use the stock, you could probably just use a remote line and put it in there and then just run with it like this. Although I kind of like the stock, so I'll leave mine on there like that. This is where the air comes from if you want to use a stock. What this is this just threads off, and in there you can put two 12 grams in. There's one with the little piercing part facing down, and one with the little piercing part facing up. On each end of this cylinder, on the inner end right there on this side, it has a piercing pin that's facing up, and on this little cap there's the other piercing pin. So once you put this in here, you can just put it in there. Now this moves back and forth. See? This is actually the part where you tighten it to close it. Then this part would always be sticking out like that, due to the fact that the 12 gram is in there. Before it's punctured, it'll always be like this, but in order to puncture it, all you have to do is hit it, and the pressure of you hitting it will pierce both 12 grams, and then all you have to do is, and then this, because of the pressure, this will stick out like that always. But with the stock, you can have it to where it's always flush, so it doesn't stick out of the stock unless you put the stock forward. You can use only one if you want to. When I tested it out, instead of wasting two 12 grams, because I had limited paintballs, all I did was I put one empty facing up, and then one full one facing down. And when I pierced it, it only pierced the one that was obviously full, and that was enough to get around, I'd say I'm pretty sure I shot like 25 shots, and that's being very, very conservative, because I'm pretty sure I shot close to like 35 or more. Not all with paintballs, but about 20 paintballs I shot. The other thing is that I'm going to talk about the bad rep that this paintball marker got, due to the fact that this gun was made this gun got a lot of bad rep because of paintball breakage. It was very rough on paint. It breaks a lot of paint, or I don't know about that, because the thing is that all I read on the internet was how much paint this gun broke, how much, how brutal it was with paint and stuff like that. I have to say, I shot it and I didn't break one single paintball. Now it could be because of the new detent system that they installed on there. Centers the paintball before it enters the barrel, which is mainly the reason why the first generation ones were breaking paint. Also, the barrel on the barrel on this side on the threads used to maybe at the factory they dropped it, or something, or as they were loading them up or something, or making them. Sometimes the edges on the thread side of the barrel would fold inward, and then the paintball, as it passed, it would break. People had a lot of issues with that, and the fix is you take a Dremel or something and you make sure that the edges are smooth. The other bad rep this gun got was about accuracy. Everybody was like, oh, this gun has horrible accuracy, blah blah blah. I don't know about the accuracy, maybe on the first generation ones, but on this one I have to admit I was a little bit surprised. I lined up these sights. They have two of them. They have one that's a small one, and then you flip it up and there's a big hole. On the big one, it's more like a quick aim, you know, just generally on there. And then you flip it over and you see the smaller hole. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Smaller hole is more for like aiming precisely. And about 30 feet away from me, I was hitting things that I wanted to hit. For example, I chose two little screws that were on a fence, and I decided to put a paintball right in between the two screws. And the screws were about this apart. So I wanted to put a paintball right here, right between the screws. And you know, I mean, I just didn't point and shoot. I put the little hole on this side and aimed correctly and put the paintball at 30 feet in between that spot. And to me, I mean, that was enough for me as far as accuracy goes. The paintballs I was using were not by any means good paintballs. They were VO, XO Industries Spectrum, which is like their white box paint that just recreational paint that they have. And it's been in my closet and I'm not joking around with this, it's been in there in these little 10 round tubes for about 6-7 months, and I'm not even messing around with that. At first I thought it was just going to break all of it due to the reviews that I saw about it breaking paint and stuff like that. And even if I did get it to shoot, I'm pretty sure, you know, I thought it wasn't going to shoot accurately. But you know, every time I took the time to aim and I pointed at something, I would hit it. The other thing I did was I saw a little plant that was growing near the fence, and it had a little stem, maybe like my little finger. And what I did was I tried to cut the plant at the base by hitting the stem, and you know, just breaking the little plant. It was just like a weed or something. I don't know what it was, a brush. And I went ahead and pointed at it, and it took me 1 or 2 shots, but the first couple of shots just skimmed the edges of the little plant. It just, you know, barely hit right there. And finally, like the 3rd or 4th shot, I was able to actually hit it straight on and break the little plant that was growing near the fence. Now, is this any different? Is what I experienced as far as accuracy due to the fact that this is a 2nd generation gun? I don't know. But, you know, they may have done some changes to the gun in their 2nd launch to affect accuracy and ball breaking and stuff like that. So with that being said, I mean, I don't recommend this gun for anybody that's just, you know, trying to get into their first pump marker or something like that. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I bought it just because of the looks, and I wanted to have something different. I also bought it because I got it at a decent price. Do not pay full retail price for this gun because it's ridiculous. I think they're selling for like new is like 500, maybe 400 something, 500, which is ridiculous. But for now, my initial impression of the gun is I'm very impressed with it, and I have to say I haven't noticed anything so far that, you know, makes this gun a bad gun. Just, you know, if you have any questions about it and you want to talk about the gun and what I think about it, I'm probably going to do a full review of, you know, more in-depth review after I use it a lot more. But if you have any questions or comments, just send me an email and I'll try to help you guys out. Thanks for watching.